The Treasure Valley Dave team just had a buyer's webinar. We have a buyer's webinar every month. Why is this important when it comes time to find your home? Well, let's find out. Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here, your expert real estate resource by your side when it's time to sell your home, buy a home, or relocate to the Boise, Idaho area. You'll find the Treasure Valley Dave team office centrally located right here in beautiful Nampa, Idaho. Now, back to the video. Hey, Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here. And yes, we just had another great buyer's webinar, and we talked about what to look for in a great real estate agent. Some people want to buy a house in Nampa, Idaho, or anywhere in the Treasure Valley area around Boise, already live here and say, I want a realtor near me. But some people who want to buy a home, unfortunately, aren't living in Idaho already, and they need a relocation specialist. And that's where the Treasure Valley Dave team is your real estate agent resource. We have a great track record of very happy buyers. We are relocation experts, having made the relocation journey ourselves and having helped many others find a better quality of life right here in the Treasure Valley. In our buyer's webinar, we talk about the 10 easy steps to homeownership. Okay, so they're not always easy. Maybe it should be 10 simple steps, but you get the idea. But find your home is step number 5. And this is good for local folks looking to buy a home or people who are relocating. And it's also good for someone who says, sell my home, because they often become a home buyer shortly afterwards. So what's it mean to find your home? So you've gone through the earlier steps of figuring out what things you like your next home to have, but that still gives us a wide variety of homes to consider. So you can hit every open house or every builder's model home, or you can have your agent book appointments and take you out and open 100 different doors for you. But is that really what you want to do? Not only do we have electricity in Idaho, but guess what? We've also got the internet. So what we do is we talk with you, ask you some great questions, and then we put together a custom search that looks for the homes that are similar to what you're considering. And then it sends you out an update every time a home comes on the market. So this update could be once a week, once a day, or if you're highly motivated, we can have it so it comes out to you as soon as a home comes on the market. So you'll know right away. So why is this important? Because you can cover so much more ground and not necessarily find the perfect house quicker, but we can eliminate the ones that aren't going to work for you so much quicker. That way, the few that might actually be in contention, we can focus in on those and we can speed up the process, find you the right house that much sooner, and get the process going so you don't miss out, so somebody else gets your perfect home. So what does this home search look like? Well, let's take a look. So what's this search all about? Well, it's about a great way of helping you find and helping us help you find houses that aren't going to work for you and then houses that will work for you. So let's get down into the weeds on this. So what we do is Marina and I will talk with you, find out what's important to you to have in your house or not, for instance. And what we do is we fill out this screen here on our MLS, and this is the tool that all of us agents in the area use. And the nice thing is this is very timely, very accurate. Idaho is a non-disclosure state, so there's a lot of information that goes up to Zillow that is not accurate. So if you want the most accurate information, coming to a real estate agent right here in the Treasure Valley is the best way to go. So we have this information here, and we can fill out all these different criterias. We have some wild card criterias down here, and so we can really get down into the weeds. But there's a certain point of diminishing returns when it comes to getting down into the weeds. Let's just say, for example, putting together this search, we want single family homes. Let's just say Nampa, up to 500,000. And we want at least 3 bedrooms, at least 2 baths, at least 1,600 square foot, and 2 cars. That gives us still 109 returns. That's a lot of houses. Could you imagine going out and driving around and looking at 109 houses? It would take a little bit more than an afternoon, I'm sure. But let's say that, so talking with you, none of us are getting any younger. And maybe we're to the point where it's like, I'm going to live in this house for a long time. And probably at some point in the future, I don't want to be going up and downstairs. So we can add in the criteria to make it a single family home. That brings us down to 40. That's probably a pretty good number to look at. And then we do a search. And then what happens there is that we get all of these houses that fit that criteria. So then what happens? Well, that gets sent out to you. It looks something like this, except it might be a little different, but it looks something like this, and you get to go through it. But before we get to this, I wanted to show you that. So Treasure Valley Kelly, she put together this great video to teach you exactly how to use this, this program. It's called the Collab Center for some reason.
Information. What I wanted to do with you today is show you what it looks like when we set you up for the search and how to make the most of this amazing tool. So let's get started. When we first get you set up on this search, you'll get emailed something that looks similar to this.
So she's got some great information there. And this comes in this welcome email that we send to you when we set up your search. So don't worry about getting the link right now. You'll get that in this email once we set up the search. And then Kelly goes through and shows you some of the technical things about what's going on and how you set it up. The first time you use it, you have to put in your own password. No big deal there. And it also shows you some of these pluses that are very powerful about. So when you do have a search, you have the option to like it, question mark it if it's possible it could work, and then reject it. And as Kelly's going to tell you too, that we get to see that on this end of the process. So we start to learn kind of more exactly what it is that's going to work for you. Oftentimes, and this may not be you, but oftentimes what someone's looking for kind of evolves as the process goes forward. That happened for us. When we're out looking at houses, I'll tell you that story. How's that sound? And then you get the results. So now these results can come to you every once a week, once a day, or if you're really super motivated to figure out what's going on to get into your next house, it can come out to you the moment this particular house that meets your criteria comes on the market, or is coming soon, and then some other great information too that you'll have access to is property information. Well, let's get back into that. So this is very similar as to what you'll see once you get your email for that search. And then you're going to go through here and you're going to go, oh my gosh, that looks like a nice place. And that price, woo, that's sweet. But it's in a 55 community. Okay, I'm only 54, so another 55. So we'll look at these. We're going through them very quickly, eliminating ones that aren't going to work. Another 55 community, another 55 community. And so I sorted this from lowest to highest price. And usually the 55 communities are a little bit lower price. But they're still great places. Don't get me wrong there. I've showed many of those. And then you get to see some of these other things. Some of these are brand new ones, and they have promotionals that help get you into the house. Maybe that helps to buy down interest rates or pay for closing costs. And maybe you'll say, oh, gosh, you know what? I don't like that modern look. This one looks better. So you get to kind of go through. Let's say we come across one that, oh, wow, this one might work. And then you get to see the pictures, and they have a whole bunch of pictures. And it would have been nice if this agent would have used a professional photographer, which is what we do at the Treasure Valley Dave team. So our pictures look a little bit nicer. So if you're selling your house, go with the Treasure Valley Dave team. You're going to get better service when it comes to marketing and listing your house. And we're just nice people too, so don't worry about that. Anyway, so then you get to see where it is. Oh, wow, this is cool. I always like to look at the satellite view. This place is just right. Oh, you can walk over here, and then you can get on the Nampa to Stoddard Trail. And this goes on for miles and miles. It's a great little walking path. Like I say, goes on for miles and miles. What we like about it, me and Mrs. Treasure Valley Dave, is that they have little bathrooms like every mile or so. So that could be handy. So what else do you get from this is it's very nicely packaged, all the information that goes along with this house. And there might be things that that are going to be important to you. Like here's that single story status, at least 3 bedrooms. Maybe you turn one into an office or something. This is good too. The history of this property. So you can see that it was last bought 13 years ago, and you can see what they paid for it. Other properties, you can see if it had been on the market like way too high of a price and they had to drop the price and things like that. Here's some automated valuations of what the internet thinks that the house should be worth. Again, Idaho is a non-disclosure state, so the information that these automated internet people have is not necessarily accurate, and it gives you a pretty broad look at this. They have $100,000 range here. I'm going to say that that's really not all that accurate, and Realtors is not that much better. So that's one of the keys for when an agent's out with you looking at houses, and you're going to go, oh my gosh, you're getting all Twitter-pated there. Say, oh, we got to have this place. And then Meridian or I are going to say, hey, you know what? Let's run a CMA. And that's a comparable competitive market analysis to see, is this house really priced about right? We don't want you to pay more than is right. But so we'll give you our advice on that. And then this last tab is some different things going on in this area. This is kind of cool that the average person in this area has a 19-minute commute to work. Maybe you'd rather spend more of your time at home with the family than in the car stuck in traffic. This might be the place for you. Pretty cool. So this is what you're going to get on the search. And then you find those, you heart the ones that you like. And if you're in the area, let's put together time or go out and look at them and find out the ones that are most likely going to work. We'll just knock those out and then go from there. If you're out of the area, maybe you're going to come up in another 3 weeks for your fact-finding trip. Then let us know. Pretty much the same thing once you get up here. But if you haven't been up here before, maybe you don't know if it's Nampa you want or Caldwell or Middleton or Meridian or someplace else. So oftentimes what we'll do is we'll go look at those areas, look at a couple sample homes in those different areas to kind of nail down where it is that you think you prefer to live. And then we really dig deep into which houses in those areas are going to work for you. So that's kind of what this whole search is all about. So that was step 5, find your home. Pretty important step, huh? So this webinar thing, there's a lot of great information in that. And you can go to www.davehelpmebuy.com and find out when the next one is. You can register right there. And not only will we talk about how you can find your home and use this great search tool and other really cool things, but we also answer a bunch of other questions. And if there's a question we haven't even thought of yet, shoot, throw it out there. We'll come up with something for you. And wow, hey, thanks for coming along today. It's been a lot of fun. And until next time, it's Treasure Valley Dave looking forward to helping you get home. Treasure Valley Dave here. Thank you for checking out this great video. Can I ask you, what problem do you have that I can help you with? Do you need to sell a home, buy a home? Are you a first-time home buyer? Maybe looking to relocate to the beautiful Treasure Valley from some other state? The Treasure Valley Dave team is your expert by your side here to help you solve your real estate problem. You can contact us through our website or give us a call or text at 208-860-2004. Now go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss any future videos. For more education and entertainment, check out this great video next or binge on this playlist.